Tony Arnel, welcome to NDY TV.
Very nice to be here, Rick.
Tony, you're the current chair of the Green Building Council of Australia, the immediate past chair of the World Green Building Council, and your career has been very much pointed towards facilitating positive change in the built environment. What was the great attraction for this particular role as Global Sustainability Director at Norman Disney & Young?
Well, Rick, after 12 years as the Victorian Building Commissioner and in capital city government, before that I wanted to join the private sector. So I was looking at a number of firms around Australia and globally in terms of how I could pursue my passion of sustainability and also play a global role. And NDY I'd known as a firm over a period of time, and indeed they were a founding member of the Green Building Council of Australia, so I've certainly watched their journey over more than a decade. So there were a number of boxes that I was able to tick in relation to NDY. One, being able to have a global role. Secondly, to pursue my passion of sustainability. And I was always attracted to the culture of NDY.
Now, you've mentioned sustainability a few times, and obviously your title has direct reference to sustainability. What does sustainability mean to you personally?
There's lots of technical references that we can talk about when it comes to sustainability, and certainly if you look in the dictionary there's sorts of comments that you can make about what sustainability actually means. But I have another take on that. I've got a 2-year-old granddaughter, and one of the things that I think is really important in terms of our generation is that we leave the planet in a better shape for them when they grow up. That means that we have to be, I think, more focused on how we use energy, how we use water, how we live our lives. I don't think it means that we need to be zealots though. I don't think we need to actually change our lifestyles in a whole variety of ways, but I do think we need to be more conscious going forward about some adjustments that we might need to make as our generation so that we can leave my granddaughter and her generation a planet that it actually is in better shape.
So you've mentioned there almost talking about a legacy, leaving a legacy for future generations, and the built environment's obviously going to play a key role in that. So NDY in its market sphere and its presence can play an important role in that. So obviously that's where you see facilitating the greatest change.
Yeah, look, the built environment is a really important sector, but it's not the only sector. And one of the things that did attract me about NDY is that over the last decade they have in fact moved into a number of different market sectors. In the building sector, certainly we are seeing a lot of change at the moment because there has been over a decade some real focus on the individual building space as we try to transform the property market in Australia. But over the next decade, in my view, we're going to see a lot more focus on communities, how we deal with precincts and neighbourhoods, and then how that evolves into how we talk about our cities. So there's some big changes happening in the building space, and certainly how we manage the performance of our buildings as well, I think is another really important area. But in the other sectors that NDY is in, such as mining, I think there's real potential to introduce another conversation there about how we use energy, how we manage waste, how we manage water. It might not be specifically about sustainability, but it does have sustainability impacts associated with it.
Well, just picking up on that point, what do you see as indeed the greatest challenges and therefore the greatest opportunities in some of those markets that NDY is now entering?
Well, you look at the various sectors that NDY has moved into in recent times, and mining is, I think, as I said a moment ago, a very good example of how sustainability can actually make more of an impact in that particular sector. If you look at the websites of the miners, BHP, Xstrata, Fortescue, all of them have headline stories about what they want to achieve in sustainability. It's up to engineers like us, I think, to actually get the rubber on the road, if you like, or work at the coalface to actually get results where energy can be saved, water can be saved, and they can actually build their credentials in a way that they are working in a sustainable way.